All right, welcome back. We continue right here with the Sports Call. You can call us at 412-575-2600 or on Twitter at KDPomp. Let's go out the line to Harry and Colliers. Harry, welcome. What's up?
Hey, Bobby, how you doing? I haven't called you for a while.
I'm glad you did.
Great show. You know, I don't want to talk about the draft. I want to talk about the Pens.
All right.
You know, I think we got the Capitals' numbers. You know, I just hope we stay healthy and make a good run and defend the Cup. You know, we're still defending Stanley Cup champs, and I like you being a homer. Me, you got a friend, Ron. You know, he knows you and I know him, and, hey, I really enjoy your show.
Thanks, man.
You know, as far as arguing about draft picks, hey, the proof's in the pudding. Half of them probably won't be here next year. So,
well, you know what? That's true of all teams. You can grade them any way you grade them, but you're only going to find out in time. And thanks, Harry. Appreciate the call. But that's what this is all about. No matter who you are, no matter what pick it is, it could be first rounders. We've seen flops. Every team has them. It's just the way it goes. It's a really difficult thing to assess how guys are going to perform at that next level. You can have all the tangibles and intangibles, but sometimes it just doesn't work as you expect. And for the Steelers, they hope they do hit on Terrell Edmonds. They need more help back there, no doubt. They hope they do hit eventually on Mason Rudolph. And again, I like that pick. I'll defend that pick. I know why people are upset because they felt they need more help on defense. I get it. If they lose another playoff game 45-42, then that'll be true. They got to figure out a way to solve it, though, and stop the run. And we'll see what their plan is. But when you have an opportunity to draft a Mason Rudolph, listen, there are people who've called this show all the time, and they'll say, well, you wait till Ben Roethlisberger leaves. This team's going to stink. Okay. Well, you know what the Steelers did? They tried to make that a non-issue, at least so that when the transition eventually does occur, that they have someone in place who can take over the reins and be pretty good at it. And this guy has what it takes. That doesn't guarantee anything. Len in Johnstown. Hey, Len, how you doing?
Good, Bob. How you doing tonight?
Okay, thanks for calling.
Just a couple of quick takes, one on the Pirates and one on the Steelers.
All right.
I was looking at the Steelers app, and they're actually referring to Jalen Ramsey as a tight end. So I don't know if we can read anything into that or not.
He's played there before.
And as far as the Pirates go, I don't think anybody's really saying anything about it, but what I've noticed watching this team is they are more fundamentally sound in their base running and things like that than I've seen in many, many years. So I'll let you respond,
okay.
And thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate that. I don't agree with your last assessment. I still think they've made too many mental mistakes. They made one tonight on the base paths when Starling Marte wasn't watching Joey Cora on an error by Tommy Pham in center field. Now, he eventually did score, but he could have scored ahead of time, and if he's stranded there, that's a big run that did not cross the plate, and because he was not paying attention to the third base coach, he was looking elsewhere. They do too much of that. But I think overall, I think their lineup, when it's on, is a feisty lineup. I'll say that. I think Cervelli is out of his mind right now, and that's good. They needed him and Polanco. Those were the two keys, if I was looking at their offensive lineup, that needed to hit. Polanco started off well. He stuck on 15 RBIs for a long time, got a home run last night, so he has 16. He needs to be much more consistent there. And beyond that, starting pitching. You know, Trevor Williams has given them a shot in the arm every time out. He's been good. He's now 4-1. He's got a sub-3 ERA. We'll see what Nate Kingham can do, or Nick Kingham, if he gets out there tomorrow and does well, because he really did well in AAA this year. Last year was down there, was so-so. He's gotten much better this year. They could certainly use a guy like that. Jim in Johnstown. What's up, Jim?
Hey, Bob, I love your show.
Thank you, Jim.
I want to talk about the third baseman coming back from South Korea.
Okay.
Now, you said on the show he'd probably be down in training here for about 45 days. Is there any major league rule that says a player coming from a foreign country has to be in the minor leagues for 45 days?
No. That's just a guesstimate I had. He's on a restricted list. They're going to see what it – first of all, there's got to be a place for him to play, and right now there is not.
Yes, I understand that.
And he's got a long way to go. He hasn't played competitive baseball in a year and a half, and he's gone through everything he's gone through. Who knows what he's capable of at this point? So I think they're going to work with him, see what happens. You know, it fuels speculation that the trade deadline, if you make a deal, you can maybe create a spot for him somewhere. If, for example, Josh Harrison is traded or whatever.
Okay, there's no rules. The major league says he can't go.
Right. No,
okay.
He's back. He's reinstated. He's got his visa, so all he has to do is keep working and see where it takes him.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Up to the top of the board, we have Squirrel Hill, next destination. Pete is on the line. Hey, Pete.
Bobby, how are you tonight?
What's up?
All right, quick observation about Game 1, Pens Caps.
All right.
Murray gives up 2 goals. Holtby gives up 2 bad ones. I'm just curious, Bob, about the organization, the Capitals. How long will they continue to place their hopes on a goalie who gives up untimely bad goals in the playoffs, which demoralizes their team? Do they ever consider making a trade, maybe for somebody like Carey Price, who's buried up here in Montreal with a team who can't put the puck in a net and has a lot more to offer than Holtby does? Just to get your observation.
Well, I will say this. If they don't get past this round, there'll be major changes in Washington. I don't know if it's fair to fire Barry Trotz. He's won 3 division titles and 2 President's Trophies. Okay, you've run into the Penguins each 3 years, and they may win 3 cups as a result, and you're not the only team they've run over. But that's the nature of the business. You'll see major personnel changes. As far as Holtby, 2 years ago, he was really good in this series. Really good. Last year, not so much, and this year, you know, you saw what you saw. He lost his job, got it back, and now he struggled in Game 1. He needs to be at his best, and if not, they could make a change there. Who knows? But he's a Vezina Trophy winner, and we'll be right back.